So the question of the day seems to be, should you comment or not using social media or physician rating websites? Well, the answer is it's complicated. It's yes and it's no. And recently the Federation of State Medical Boards have put out some guidelines for physicians, the do's and don'ts of social media. We've posted those guidelines on our website at insightmg.com. But the simple answer is yes. You need to at least recognize that somebody commented on your Facebook page or via Twitter or in the comments section of your website or a patient testimonial on a website like healthgrades.com or something like that. You need to at least acknowledge it. Don't give medical advice on the internet. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here, but you don't need to be going back and forth with a potential patient and trying to do a diagnosis via the internet. What you do need to do is acknowledge that somebody has taken the time to write you a note. If they want medical advice, simply tell them, this is my main phone number and I'd love to have you come in for an appointment. We'll get you in as soon as we can, and thanks for your effort, and then move on. If it's something like, I was at your office and it took too long to fill out a form, or I had to wait, or an employee was rude to me, then I would say the answer is yes, you need to respond. But let me say this and do so cautiously. Check into what that comment is with your employees prior to hastily making a response. More often than not, we find that we'll get a lengthy conversation, a tit for tat back and forth with a patient, and we'll find out when we look them up in the database that they'd been in, and they'd had an experience that we were working on. It was an ongoing situation. Maybe they weren't feeling like they were getting it resolved fast enough. Maybe it was something that our client could not resolve. Maybe the patient didn't like the bill that they were handed, and so rather than go through the appropriate channels, they use social media as a sounding board. So just tread cautiously. One thing I would highly suggest that every practice do is they put together a social media policy and a response policy. If somebody takes the time to put something out there to ask you a question, you should have a policy that you get back to them, let's say within 24 hours. That is enough time for you to track down the information that you need, to come up with a clear and concise sentence or two to give some direction, and then to resolve the problem. Social media interactions, it's important that you respond to them, because your social media interactions and these comments, they show up in your search listings and they will affect your online reputation. So as long as you have a game plan and you stick to that plan and you know the do's and don'ts, you should be fine. So just make sure you have a plan, and I hope this helps. Again, my name is Jennifer Thompson. I'm with Insight Marketing Group. Give us a call if you think we can help you practice. Thanks a lot.